Most people go through life blind to the real rules of human interaction. What I am about to share with you is not theory, not empty advice, but the hidden principles that shape every decision, every relationship, and every power dynamic. Once you see them, you will never be able to unsee them. Your father never taught you this. Your teachers never explained it. And the truth is, most men will die without ever understanding how human beings truly work. Over 500 years ago, a man named Niccolò Machiavelli wrote down the most dangerous truths about human nature. His book was banned by the Catholic Church because it was too powerful, too raw, and too real. Publicly, leaders condemned his work. Privately, they studied it, because inside were the rules of how humans actually operate. This isn't about how we pretend to behave. It's not about the polite masks people wear. It's about the raw reality of human behavior. Once you learn this, you can no longer be fooled by appearances. Now you may ask, why didn't your father teach you this? The answer is simple, because his father didn't teach him either. For generations, men have been conditioned to believe that understanding power is evil, that being strategic makes you manipulative, and that seeing reality clearly makes you cynical. But let me tell you the truth. Ignorance is not virtue, it is weakness. If you want strength, if you want control over your own life, then you must face these truths directly. So here is the first truth your father never told you. People are not rational. They are not logical beings carefully choosing what is best for them. People are emotional creatures, constantly trying to avoid pain and chase comfort. Machiavelli himself wrote, "Men judge more by the eye than by the hand, for everyone can see, but few can feel." What does this mean? Simply put, people make decisions based on appearances, not reality. They act on what looks good, not what actually is good. You can see this everywhere. Your friend asks for dating advice but ignores it because it requires real effort. Your coworker complains about being broke but spends money daily on things he doesn't need. A woman says she wants a nice guy but continues to choose men who treat her poorly. The lesson for you is this: never try to persuade someone with pure logic. Logic does not move hearts. People are not computers, they are driven by emotion, image, and instant gratification. If you want influence, do not simply tell people what is best for them. Instead, show them what will make them feel better about themselves. This is why most men lose arguments. They try to win with facts. But facts rarely change minds. Feelings do. Alpha men understand this. They know that the man who controls emotions controls the outcome. The one who masters this principle commands respect in every room he enters. Now, let's talk about the second truth. Your father may have told you that loyalty is everything, that you should be loyal to your friends, your company, your partner. It sounds noble, doesn't it? But Machiavelli saw things differently. He wrote, "Since love and fear can hardly exist together, if we must choose between them, it is far safer to be feared than loved." The brutal reality is this: loyalty without reciprocity is nothing but weakness. Think about the most successful men you know. Are they blindly loyal? Absolutely not. They are strategically loyal. They give loyalty only when it is earned, and they withdraw it the moment it is betrayed. That friend who only calls when he needs something? He's not loyal to you. That company that preaches we are like family, but lays off workers when profits drop? They're not loyal to you. That partner who keeps her options open while demanding your full commitment? She's not loyal to you either. A man who continues to give loyalty when it is not returned is not noble. He is a fool. And fools get used, abused, and discarded. The lesson here is simple. Be generous with your loyalty, but ruthless about withdrawing it when it is not reciprocated. True power comes from inspiring loyalty through your strength, your value, and your presence, not through weakness and neediness. Remember this: loyalty is not a one-way street. It is a contract, and when the contract is broken, all bets are off. This is the world as it is, not as we wish it to be. And the sooner you embrace these truths, the stronger and more unshakable you will become. Your father probably told you that your reputation comes from being liked, that if you are nice to people, if you are authentic, and if you show them your true self, they will respect you. But here is the hard truth. Reputation is not about being liked, it is about being respected. Machiavelli understood this better than anyone. He said, "Everyone sees what you appear to be, but few experience what you really are." Translation: in human interactions, perception is reality. Most men confuse authenticity with exposure. They think being authentic means showing everyone everything about themselves. They overshare, they explain too much, they reveal their weaknesses to people who don't deserve access to them. And then they wonder why they are misunderstood, why they are overlooked, why their reputation is weak. Here's the truth: the real you does not matter. What matters is the version of you that serves your goals. Strategic authenticity means you control what people see while staying true to your core values. Think about it this way: want to be seen as competent? Never complain. Instead, present solutions. Want to be seen as valuable? Don't always be available. Scarcity creates value. Want to be seen as powerful? Don't explain your decisions to people who have no power over your life. Your reputation is built by consistency, by mystery, and by carefully controlled vulnerability. That is what creates a magnetic presence. The men who constantly say, "People don't understand me," are usually the ones who fail to control their own image. They expect others to somehow see their hidden greatness. But life doesn't work that way. People judge what you show them. If you want respect, you must shape the perception intentionally. Now let's move to the next principle. Conflict is inevitable. Your father may have taught you to avoid fights, to be peaceful, to always get along with everyone. But Machiavelli wrote, "There is no avoiding war. It can only be postponed to the advantage of others." What does this mean? It means conflict is not optional, it is part of life. You may not want it, but it is always happening around you. And if you are unprepared, you are already losing. Look around in your own life. At work, someone is always waiting to take your position. In relationships, there is always another man who would take your place if you become weak. In social settings, there is always someone testing your boundaries. The man who is prepared for conflict rarely has to fight. Why? Because others sense his strength and avoid provoking him. This is why successful men prepare in times of peace. They build skills before they are needed. They save money when times are good. They build networks before they need favors. They stay in shape before they are threatened. Conflict isn't about violence, it's about power. And power is always being contested. You may not see it, but it's happening beneath the surface. Machiavelli wrote, "The lion cannot protect himself from traps, and the fox cannot defend himself from wolves. Therefore, one must be a fox to recognize traps and a lion to frighten wolves." This is one of the most powerful lessons. You must be both. The fox, clever enough to see danger before it arrives. The lion, strong enough that no one dares to test you. Most men fail because they choose only one role. They are strong but blind, or smart but weak. The man who is both, the cunning fox and the fearless lion, cannot be defeated. Think about the leaders, the CEOs, the champions of the world. They don't seek conflict, but they are never surprised when it comes. They face it with calm strength, and because of that, most conflicts dissolve before they even begin. This is the difference between being a victim of life and being a master of it. Weak men are always caught off guard. Strong men see conflict for what it is, an endless, invisible war that rewards the prepared and punishes the naive. So don't waste your energy avoiding conflict. Use that energy to prepare. Build yourself into someone who cannot be shaken. Your father might have told you, "Just be nice and people will like you." It sounds simple, even comforting, but it's also one of the biggest lies men are taught. Machiavelli understood the truth. Being nice is not the same as being good. Being nice often means avoiding discomfort. Being good means doing what is right, even when it is hard. And the world does not reward niceness. It rewards strength wrapped in fairness. Look at the phrase women often use, "I want a nice guy." Yet when you look at their choices, they often go for men who are anything but nice. Why? Because they mistake niceness for weakness. They confuse agreeable behavior with real goodness. Think about the difference. Nice guys avoid difficult conversations. Good men face them with courage. Nice guys say what people want to hear. Good men say what people need to hear. Nice guys seek approval. Good men earn respect. This is why powerful men, whether they are CEOs, presidents, or champions, are rarely described as nice. They are described as strong, fair, just, and decisive. They help others, but they are not people pleasers. They are not afraid of disappointing those who don't matter. The truth is simple. Strength combined with kindness is attractive. Weakness combined with niceness is repulsive. You can be kind without being weak. You can be good without being nice. But if you rely only on niceness, people will not respect you. They will use you, ignore you, or replace you. Machiavelli wrote, "Men are so simple and so much inclined to obey immediate needs that a deceiver will never lack victims for his deceptions." This warning is clear. People are easily fooled by appearances, by words that feel good in the moment. If you are only nice, you will fall into this trap. You will become a victim of others who are stronger, sharper, and more strategic. Don't be that victim. Be the man who sees reality clearly. Be the one who is kind from strength, not weakness. Now let's put all these lessons together. So far, you've learned that. 1. People are emotional, not rational. 2. Loyalty must be earned and reciprocated. 3. Reputation is about respect, not being liked. 4. Conflict is inevitable, and you must be both the fox and the lion. 5. Niceness is weakness. True goodness comes from strength. When you see these truths together, you realize something powerful. Society has trained men to be blind. From childhood, you're told to be obedient, agreeable, and predictable. You're told to avoid conflict, to be endlessly loyal, to share everything, to be nice. Why? Because weak, predictable men are easy to control. They don't challenge authority. They don't disrupt systems. They live quietly, follow the rules, and die without ever discovering their true potential. But once you see these principles, you can never go back. You start to see through people's actions, their excuses, their manipulations. You start to understand why the most successful men play the game differently. They don't reject these truths, they embrace them. And the result? They become unmovable. They become respected. They become dangerous. Not because they seek to harm others, but because they cannot be controlled by lies or illusions. Remember this, you are not learning these truths to become manipulative. You are learning them so you can live with clarity, so you can stop being fooled by appearances, so you can walk through the world with strength, with strategy, and with purpose. The world doesn't reward men who are nice. It rewards men who are strong, good, and unshakable.